Y'all, Tophiachu has been going crazy lately. If you don't know, Tophiachu has been going live just about every single day and talking smack about everybody that she can. She's also been planning on going to Comic-Con recently, which is crazy considering that she spent the last few months complaining about the funds she doesn't have. She's been saying she needs funds for a car, she needs funds for a house, and then every once in a while she'll be like, yeah, you know, and I also need money to bury my brother. But that's always sort of an afterthought. You'll notice when Tophiachu's talking about what she needs, it's always what she needs first, like immediately, the house, the car, and then, you know, she'll throw like as a little cherry on top, she'll be like, yeah, and I also need to bury my brother, so that means you have to pay for the house and the car, because, you know, if the house and the car ain't attached to it, I'm not burying him. And honestly, it's a pretty sick mindset to have, but it's something that Tophiachu is very open about. At first, she was trying to act as though she really did care about these things, like she really did want to bury Brother Chu. I mean, the first GoFundMe was literally all about burying Brother Chu. I mean, it was a pretty good amount of money, right? It was 10,000, I think, or something like that, but it made sense on paper, right? For like the burial and stuff like that, at least for the most part. So people started like looking into it, realizing she had gotten money from the state. That's when things started to fall apart. But this last GoFundMe for $500,000 was just blatant. It was blatant that there was no reason for her to be asking for that kind of money to bury her brother. She just wanted extra funds in order to, you know, blow it on a house and a car and shit that she wouldn't even really be able to keep up with in the long run, right? And right now, all she seems to be doing is, like I said, getting on live stream, laying there, eating food, and complaining about the people in her life, complaining about her situation, and begging for gifts. Literally sitting there begging and crying, asking people to please gift her. It's insane. I don't know how this girl sits there and does that, how she gets on live stream and cries for these gifts, knowing that she's just sitting there the whole time and she could be working and actually doing something to provide for her family. Shit, she could have been doing that in the first place, and this whole situation that she's been in, like her whole life would have been avoided, right? Her whole life would have been way better if she just had gotten a job and like actually focused on maybe education and the workforce instead of focusing on TikTok for her whole adult life.
If the tablet was in the car, then I would have lost the tablet. It was actually in storage. Funny, you wanna lie. Like, yeah, some of my stuff I had in storage, so yeah, I didn't have the tablet in the car. That was in storage. Cause I couldn't carry around, I couldn't have a bunch of stuff. Try again. Like, why you gonna lie? Like, why you gonna sit here and try to lie on me? Oh god, please don't fall. Okay. Look at all the, you know who's coming to Comic-Con? I am just like freaking out. Okay. First of all, David Henry from Wizards of Waverly Place. Oh, the voice of Rick and the voice of Morty's gonna be there. I'm like, so I am definitely wearing my shirt. And then, Jamie Priestley, JD Pardo from like, A Cinderella Story, my favorite movie. And then Lita from wrestling. I love Lita. I don't know. I'll have to see who else is coming because they're going to be adding people from Rick and Morty, like his sister Summer. But yeah, look, Mick Foley. Mick Foley's coming back. And so is Kevin Nash. Yeah, no, I don't have a job. I know I do, because how do you think I've been buying stuff? How do you think I afford the things that I need, including my storage? I still can go to Comic-Con and save money. Hello? Like, does money just fall from the sky? Oh wait, they're gonna say I'm stealing money from GoFundMe. Even though I haven't stole the cent from GoFundMe. That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine. That's insane. What's the point? Why would I make a GoFundMe to steal money when I can make that money online?
It's insane that this chick is still thinking about Comic-Con. No matter what happens, every single year, you can bet that Tophiachu will be going to Comic-Con. She ended up being homeless. She still went to Comic-Con. Her brother passed away and she says that he needs to be buried. She still is going to Comic-Con. No matter what. She makes up these excuses and she's like, yeah, you know, I got a job. I got the funds to do it. I can go to Comic-Con. Why can you go to Comic-Con but you couldn't bury your brother? That shit don't make no sense. And that's what I mean when I say say this shit is blatant. At this point, she just gets on live stream and rubs in everybody's face that she's still doing the same shit no matter what happens. Her brother passed away in front of her and she's still sitting here talking about Comic-Con, thinking about Comic-Con. That's what's on her mind. She has the iPad out and she's talking about all the guest panelists that are going to be there, that are going to be doing talks. That's what she's worried about right now. That's her priorities. It's insane. She needs to figure shit out. She needs to figure shit out because you have to have your priorities straight, right? It has to be like get a house, get a car before you go to that concert, before you go to Comic-Con, right? Like you have to figure things out, you know, figure out how to like move things around, because at this point, it seems like the only thing she cares about is going to Comic-Con, sitting there, going on live stream and yapping all day. Like that's Tophiachu's thing. She seems complacent in just doing that. So it makes it difficult to have any sort of sympathy for her when these seem to be her main priorities. I don't know how people sit there and send this chick gifts when they already know where it's going. You already know that it's going to be going to Comic-Con. You already know that it's going to be going to DoorDash. You already know that it's going to be going to Temu. It's going to be going to bullshit that like, bro, even you wouldn't buy. Crap that she just throws away because she has no place to store it. So it's not even that she's throwing it away, but she loses it. You know what I mean? She puts it in a storage unit and then she doesn't pay. The next thing you know, all her stuff is gone. And then she's on live stream asking for more shit. You know where it's going to end up? It's going to end up in some landfill, or, you know, somebody's going to end up taking it because she's just out in the open with that shit. And at this point, it almost seems as though Tophiachu is the happiest she's ever been. She gets to sit there all day, watch TV, eat donuts, and chillax and say she's a victim. She's so happy. She's so happy. Like I'm not even trying to be ironic here. Genuinely, look at the smile on her face. Look at the smugness that she has. She's genuinely loving this right now.
Lemur is bringing the magic back during Mile High holidays. The lights are all around and the showers in the sky. Enjoy holiday favorites, visit festive markets, and explore dazzling displays.
This is good. My half sister doesn't hate me. She don't like me, but she talked to me on Facebook. Are you trying to lie? Kiss my black. Trying to lie. Funny. My dad's family doesn't even talk to us. Because when they do, the only thing his uncle contacts him for is money when they want money. And my half sister hasn't talked to me since I was in high school. And my dad had manic episodes, and I don't know if he sent something to her or did something. He didn't do anything that bad. I don't know what happened. All I know is he started sending people stuff, and he sent one of his mom's friends what he posted on Twitter, basically his junk.
Like, honestly, y'all, I don't know how people watch this girl, let alone give her gifts, considering she's just sitting there the whole time eating a donut and complaining. Like, that's the only thing Tophiachu does now, is sit there on live stream, watch TV, eat, complain, or like go on her tablet and talk about how she's gonna go to Comic-Con and brag about it, right? And be like, yeah, guys, look, I get to watch TV and sit down and do nothing while you guys have to sit there and work. You guys have to sit there and slave away at your 9 to 5 while I get to sit here on TikTok all day and watch TV. It's crazy. Like, that's what her live streams consist of at this point, is just straight up nothing. There's no content there. So she does all that. All that build up, all that eating of the donut and all that build up and talking shit about her side of the family. And I love how she prefaces it too by being like, what he did wasn't even that bad. And then he goes on to say that like he sent one of them his junk. She was like, he basically sent her what he sent on Twitter, like one of her friends. And it was basically his junk. And it's like, how is that not bad? How is your dad sending your, what was it, like his aunt, like basically his sister's friend, or some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of relative of his, their friend, a picture of his junk? How is that not bad? I don't understand that. Like, you're fucking insane, bro. She's insane. It seems like every time I come back to check on Tophiachu, she's getting worse and worse. I say that every time I make a video on her, but holy shit. It's like, once you think Tophiachu has hit rock bottom, once you think she can't go any further, she goes further. She keeps on going. She makes a mistake and then she makes another one 10 times worse about 2 days later. And that's a consistent cycle. And it's been a consistent cycle since birth, I guess. So this chick is sitting there and she's complaining on live stream about shit that she put herself through. And people are telling her dumb shit because they want to work her up. And she decides the best thing to do would be to come back and say that she was going to do some dumb shit to them. You know how Tophiachu gets. She went on her whole like cartel thing where she was like, you know, I know people, I have connections. You know, people are sending chats in her live stream and she's sitting there and responding to them, even though she has the ability not to. She responds to the worst kind of comments. And I know there's a lot of crazy shit flying around, so she kind of has no choice at points, but still, it's like she'll pick the craziest shit and then she'll go on to say some shit back instead of like ignoring it or trying to be like the better person. She doesn't understand that concept. Tophiachu will just keep going and she'll say something even worse and escalate the situation.
I'm acting. Funny, you never saw your sibling in front of you to be telling someone they're acting. Y'all literally went out of your way to help this lady whose kids in the freezing cold. Somebody just literally talked about and no one gives a fuck. Unprovoked, by the way. They started it. I'ma finish it. And if you're gonna threaten me, then I'm gonna match your energy. Because I'm not gonna sit here and let anyone think that threatening me is supposed to scare me. I'll walk right outside and continue to live life because no one's gonna stop me from living life. And when I'm able to live life to my fullest, I am gonna be carrying. Maybe I will go learn how to use a pew-pew. And you show up to threaten me, anyone shows up. And I don't know who you are, and you show up to anywhere I'm at. I'm not gonna ask any questions, I'm just gonna start because I'm not going to let you take my life. It's either my life or yours, and that's not a threat, that's self-defense. I'm talking about if you dox any place that I am at and somebody shows up to my door, I am not asking any questions. I am gonna start. I'll tell anyone what to do. I don't know.
It's crazy that even after what happened to Tophiachu's brother, she's still sitting here saying this stupid ass shit on live stream. It's like she hasn't learned her lesson. She said multiple times that it could have been somebody from the internet. This is what she says. She says this on her story. She says this on her live stream. Like, this is something that Tophiachu truly believes in her mind. So when I say this, I'm saying this is something that Tophiachu believes. She believes it's somebody from the internet went and did it. That's like something she's been throwing around. So her sitting here and making these sort of statements on her live stream is what's going to get her in trouble, right? These are the kind of things that make people want to pursue these kind of things. When she starts mentioning it more and more, it gets in the back of these people's heads, these crazy people's heads, and they take it as a challenge. I don't know if she doesn't understand that, but that's just kind of how life works. You usually don't test crazy people, like insane people. You don't go and you're not like, hey, you know, whatever if you try to come over here, I'm going to do this, that, because they're probably going to try to come over and they're probably going to try to fuck with you. Because at the end of the day, they got nothing to lose, right? So I don't know when this chick is gonna learn her lesson. Like, I don't think she ever will learn her lesson. Just stop it. Just be quiet. Like, you can live stream, you can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, that's your choice. But to sit here and say these kind of things on live stream and then act like a victim at the same time, you can't do both. You gotta pick and you gotta choose. You can't do both. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's Tophiachu update. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you watched all the way to the end, you're the best. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.